Looking back, it's amazing to see just how much this handheld PC has changed the gaming industry. When Valve first announced it, many people, including myself, wondered if it would actually work. Could a Linux-based handheld really compete in a world dominated by Windows gaming? Could it deliver a seamless experience without sacrificing power, portability, or affordability? The answer turned out to be a massive yes. It proved that a PC gaming experience could be portable, accessible, and surprisingly affordable, something that was unheard of before its launch. What's even more impressive is that it wasn't just a one-hit wonder. Over the last 3 years, the Steam Deck has grown, evolved, and remained the best handheld PC option despite fierce competition. It's wild to think that before the Steam Deck, handheld gaming PCs were a niche luxury for hardcore enthusiasts. Now they're a serious alternative to gaming laptops and even some home consoles. So let's take a look at how Valve pulled this off, what made the Steam Deck such a game changer, and why, even with more competition than ever, it's still sitting on the throne of handheld gaming. And of course, before we go any further, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon because you don't want to miss more deep dives like this. The early days of handheld PCs, the struggle was real. Before the Steam Deck, handheld PCs existed, but they weren't exactly what you'd call mainstream. The first real attempt at a Windows-powered handheld PC was made by GPD in 2016 with the GPD Win. It was a fascinating little device, but it had massive limitations. With only 4 GB of RAM and weak integrated graphics, it struggled to run anything beyond simple indie games or emulated classics. GPD kept iterating, releasing the GPD Win 2, which was a significant improvement, but came with a massive price tag of $700 or more. Other companies like One Netbook and Ioneo jumped into the market, pushing out more powerful handhelds, but all of them had the same issue: price. If you wanted a decent handheld PC before the Steam Deck, you were looking at spending close to $1,000. These devices were for enthusiasts only, and their reliance on Windows made the experience clunky. There was no real ecosystem designed around gaming on these handhelds, and using Windows on a tiny screen often felt like trying to navigate a maze while blindfolded. The market existed, but it wasn't friendly for the average gamer. The Steam Deck's arrival, the game changer. Everything changed in 2021 when Valve dropped the Steam Deck announcement out of nowhere. A handheld PC powered by a custom AMD APU running on SteamOS with full access to your Steam library, all for just $399. It was almost too good to be true. People were used to seeing premium prices on handheld PCs, so Valve entering the market with something powerful and affordable was a massive shock to the system. Unlike previous handheld PCs that struggled to run demanding games, the Steam Deck launched with a showcase featuring titles like Elden Ring, Doom Eternal, Control, and Death Stranding. These weren't just small indie games, these were full-fledged AAA experiences. Reservations for the Steam Deck opened, and demand immediately skyrocketed. Valve had created a perfect storm of hardware, software, and pricing that made it an instant success. The Steam Deck's evolution, how Valve kept it on top. The Steam Deck wasn't just a great product at launch, it has continued to get better and better through consistent software updates and even a mid-generation refresh. Valve introduced the Steam Deck OLED in 2023, bringing a larger battery, a beautiful HDR OLED screen, improved cooling, faster RAM, and Wi-Fi 6E support. Even though the APU remained the same, the refinements made the experience significantly better. But what really set the Steam Deck apart was SteamOS. Unlike Windows-based handhelds, the deck had an operating system built specifically for gaming, with an easy-to-use UI and seamless Steam integration. Over the last 3 years, Valve has rolled out major updates to improve performance and add new features, including per-game performance profiles, HDR support, game recording, improved offline mode, and dock display scaling. The constant Proton updates have also been game-changing. Proton is Valve's compatibility layer that allows Windows games to run on Linux, and thanks to regular updates, it has become incredibly reliable. There are still some games that struggle due to kernel-level anti-cheat, but for the most part, the Steam Deck can play an overwhelming majority of modern PC games. Why the competition can't keep up? Of course, when the Steam Deck became a massive success, other companies rushed to compete. Asus released the ROG Ally, Lenovo entered the game with the Legion Go, and MSI joined the fight with the Claw. More are on the way, with Zotac Zone and Acer Nitro Blaze trying to find their place in this growing market. These devices have more powerful hardware and run Windows, but they still haven't been able to dethrone the Steam Deck, and the reason is simple: hardware alone isn't enough. The Steam Deck's biggest strength is its seamless software experience. SteamOS is lightweight, optimized, and free of bloatware, whereas Windows-based handhelds often struggle with driver issues, background processes, and inefficient power consumption. The deck is balanced perfectly between performance, battery life, and usability, which is something most competitors haven't nailed yet. How the Steam Deck boosted Linux gaming. One of the most unexpected impacts of the Steam Deck is how much it helped Linux gaming grow. Before the deck, Linux gaming was a niche within a niche. Proton existed, but adoption was slow, and most gamers never considered Linux as a serious option. Now, thanks to SteamOS and Proton, more gamers than ever are considering Linux as a legitimate alternative to Windows. Major developers are optimizing for the Steam Deck, which in turn means better Proton support across all Linux gaming PCs. Valve's investment in Linux gaming has pushed the entire ecosystem forward, making gaming on Linux better than it has ever been. The future of the Steam Deck, what's next? As much as the Steam Deck dominates today, it's starting to show its age. Some newer AAA games are pushing the limits of its hardware, and Valve has hinted that they're already working on a next-generation Steam Deck. Rather than releasing small iterative updates, Valve has said they're waiting for a true generational leap. This could mean RDNA 4 graphics, AI-powered FSR 4 upscaling, and even better battery efficiency. While we don't know exactly when it will launch, it's clear that Valve isn't rushing to put out a new model just for the sake of it. For now, the Steam Deck is still the best handheld gaming PC available, and it's hard to recommend anything else over it. Even with newer devices coming out, the deck's combination of price, performance, and software support keeps it ahead of the pack. 3 years later, the Steam Deck isn't just surviving, it's thriving. It made handheld PC gaming mainstream, brought Linux gaming into the spotlight, and forced competitors to step up their game. It proved that you don't need a $1,000 handheld to have a great portable gaming experience, and it continues to be the best balance of power, price, and usability. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more gaming discussions. What do you think about the Steam Deck's journey so far? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy gaming!